friends who is tuning in from LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, and IG. Welcome back to another of my weekly LinkedIn Live. 30 minutes coffee break with your LinkedIn girl. I have an extra big, huge cappuccino, iced cappuccino today. I'm like rushing through after a client meeting to sort of like go live with you. I hope you all have a fantastic day. If you do let me know. Drop me in the comments below that I'm live with you, hustle free, so you can enjoy the next 30 minutes with me with no technical issue. Let me know in the comments below so I know. For those of you who follow me for a while, you know the drill. Let me know where you're tuning in from. So excited to have you all tuning in today. And I love me a huge cup of coffee. Got your coffee today? If you do, let me know. Oh, all right. We got Sebastian here. Hello. Good that you can catch it. I have missed you for a while. And Craig, so good to see you. We just chat every single day about LinkedIn strategies. And if you haven't followed Craig, please go ahead because he's the king of value. And for those who don't know me, I'm Selena Yang, the ex-LinkedIn girl who turned into CEO of the In Academy. I'm showing up for my amazing community every Wednesday to share one topic, tips or hacks that I'm very passionate about and help you to get real result on LinkedIn, utilize the power of this platform and stop feeling stuck, overwhelmed, lack of time to figure LinkedIn all by yourself. I'm here for you. If you're solopreneurs, business coach, or one in making side hustler who are looking to build a strong, powerful personal brand, turn your LinkedIn connection into customers, and boost social engagement on LinkedIn, you, my friend, you're in the right place. So a quick marketing message. The LPBA have been a huge success. I have like a lot of amazing insiders drilling into all the strategies happening around LinkedIn for business. And just to let you know, I'm open again for one-on-one LinkedIn consultation, but I've got one last spot in September. If you're looking to work with me one-on-one and get real result on LinkedIn, DM me today and let's chat. Great. I see Sebastian said sound and the site is good. Great. You can see me. Fantastic. And also calling from Zurich. Amazing. I just came back from Zurich. Oh, is it last weekend? Sorry. The weekend ago, and I attended husband's brother's wedding. It was really fun. We have the weekend. The weather is just absolutely gorgeous, which is very unlike like the usual Zurich, and we'll have such a fun time. And I'm actually going again. I think in end of September for another of my really good friend's wedding, and it's going to be a Swiss and Japanese wedding. So I'm really excited to see and attend the wedding and have a good time and celebrate the beautiful moments with them. So I wish you all have a fantastic week. And yeah, time passed very fast, too fast. Exactly. You got it. So today we're going to talk about a really interesting topic, especially for entrepreneur. So I want to ask you, when you wake up today, what's the first thing that you do? For me, I am looking to where to wear. I usually wake up with a shower and then I'll do my yoga routine. If you have catch me on my Monday content, you sort of like know my routine. And I will have like a cup of coffee. I'm not like a big breakfast girl. And of course, like there's a difficulty basically to think about going to the gym or basically doing home yoga. So today I did a home yoga, so it's really flexible. So I can sort of like move things around. Or sometimes you will be like, oh, I'm a little bit lazy, remain under your comfy like pajamas in a warm bed. So making this decision, Sebastian's like, we need to meet for coffee for sure. These are all important decisions that set tones for a productive morning and dates, right? And I believe you also are making decision right in the second when you wake up. By the time you kickstart your workday, the decision floodgates open, basically. And as an entrepreneur, the bosses of your home, by the time you're winding down for the night, You know what? You have made an average of 35,000 decisions. I'm no kidding here. 35 plus 35,000 decisions every single day. That's a lot. So making decision all day affect our body chemistry, and these decisions are not very like it's not very difficult to make, but it tend to really spend a lot of our energies, and you're feeling like emotionally drained and exhausted by the end of the day. And trust me, it's not about the lack of coffee that causing you for this, is the culprit of what I love to call these as decision fatigue. So today, I want to share with you my 5 simple and effective steps on how you can beat the decision fatigue for entrepreneurs. So if you're an entrepreneur, I am pretty sure you will love this episode. And I'm going to talk with you about the foolproof ways to become an excellent decision maker, especially when it comes to making those big decisions, and really help to move the needle forward for you as well as for your business. So by the end of this episode, you're going to take away as an entrepreneur, like starting out, whether you're a seasoned or you might more likely to basically starting out, and you must become like very highly competent on making decision quickly. All right, are you guys ready? If you are, let me know in the comment box below so that you're ready, and keep it going, and let's beat decision fatigue for entrepreneurs all together. All right, are you ready? So number one is basically very simple. Like I share with you, if you have a habit of waking up every day with your morning routines, I do have, and if you do, let me know what is, because I'm very intrigued to know yours as well. For me, it's basically doing my morning yoga and making a delicious cup of coffee. Coffee to me is like super important, and I have to admit I'm totally addicted to it. But the number one tips is to minimize your decision making by establishing daily routines. Think about like Steve Jobs, Obama, or Mark Zuckerberg. They wear the same outfit on a daily basis. That's not a coincidence, right? I'm not saying you need to do it exactly that, but what I'm like trying to tell you is like you can develop this routine for smaller tasks like getting dressed or planning out your meals. I'm still trying to do that for myself because I'm a huge foodie, as most of you know. I love cooking different meals, cooking different food, but I would love like one day to basically really systematically put together my meal plan, so I won't be basically going grocery like every 3 or 4 days just to basically save time, right? And again, help making less decision in life. And oh, I see Arjuna is here tuning in from IG. Hello, hello. Arjuna, I think it's quite early for you, right? In is it in Miami? I remember you're in Eastern time zone. So hello, hello, and also my solo travel. So good to see you as well. Thank you for joining. So what I'm sharing is like really minimize your decision making by establish daily routines, right? And those successful people that I just shared, they conserve those like willpower by like developing effective habits and routine to reduce stress in their lives. So think about like daily routines that you do. Like for example, I'm not a breakfast girl. Like if you are a breakfast person, then think about that healthy breakfast. Like you can do it like rotatively with 3 of them, and then you just help yourself to make less decision, and hitting the gym at a very particular hour of the day, or journaling, whatever your preferences, and a consistent routine at the start of your day will really help you to combat that decision fatigue. All right, so I hope this is really helpful, and if you have done that already, good for you, kudos to you. Great. um Arjuna said, like, yep, it's 9 a.m. Great. I'm so happy that you like decided to spend your morning with me and learn about like my 5 tips how to basically beat decision fatigue as an entrepreneur. All right. So moving on to the next, I'm really intrigued to know. I love doing it. I'm pretty sure Sebastian or Craig that it's on LinkedIn, or Arjuna, you're also have been practicing it. Is the magic of batching. I love the word batching. Is basically one of the most best productivity hacks that I absolutely swear at. It's batching your work. So, and I wish someone could have told me this like a long time ago when I started my own business. Here are some of the tips for you to basically steal. So for daily, I will block 1 hour of my schedule to clear up my inbox instead of really checking it 2 or 3 times. So I'll do it in the early morning, usually for 30 to 1 hour. And if I do have a lot of emails, then at night, like right before I finish my day, I will also clearing up my inbox. So in that way, you won't be basically always refreshing your inbox all the time and wasting your time. And it's totally okay. It's not the end of the world if you don't answer the email straight away. And in a way, it's all, again, like it helps you to be more efficient, more productive, as well as making less decision, right? Because you're batching, you're doing tasks, multiple minimal tasks all together. And then you can also block 1 hour to post and response to LinkedIn message, as well as comments, which is a way that it's really easy as well. And I will also set aside 2 hours if I can, is on CEO hours. So Ajura, let me know if you set aside CEO hours, and if Sebastian here also set away CEO hours. Oh, Martin, good to see you. Hey. Don't worry if you're late. Again, like friends, like I said, you can always go and rewatch my replay. I'm always very grateful for you to tune in and have a cup of coffee with me on Wednesday, whatever your time is. For Ajura, I know it's 9 a.m. So Martin, let me know where you're tuning in from. So set aside 2 hours of your CEO hours to really work on my business. It's really helping me, and I wish someone could have told me before, but now that I know, and I want to share this tip with you. Another would be like, depending on what's your job scope are, I usually have a couple of times that I really need to assist my client live. So I will put aside like 2 to 3 hours to dedicate to my clients and set up like really work hours so I communicate very effectively to them. And 1 hour in the morning, like I share with you with the ritual, will be like self-care. And another 1 hour in the evening after work will be also self-care, which is like mine will be like at the gym usually, or like just basically grabbing a rosé or wine with a couple of my, BFF or friends. Oh, great question. Um, around, sorry, I hope I do not butcher your name, my friend. Around is asking, what's is CEO hour? Sorry, I'm late to the show. And don't worry, guys, no story needed. Again, I'm so grateful for you guys to tune into my LinkedIn live show anyway, and with a cup of coffee. So what's CEO hour? I love that. So I actually create this name just for for me. So CEO hours is an hour that is like what I call the golden hour, where I work on business strategies, business direction, as well as things that I want to improve for my business. So for example, this week is actually a great week. So it has been 2 weeks since I launched my LinkedIn Personal Brand Academy, which has been a huge success. A lot of like really positive response from my students as well as insider. But I'm like re-strategize how I'm looking into launching it, because originally I'm looking into a scope of launching it every 3 months, and I'm just like looking at my team's priority as well as my team's like sort of capacity at the moment. I don't think we can do 3 months, so I decided to stretch it for 4 months. But anyway, CO hours is what you will set aside to really do research about your work, how you can build your business and grow your business even further. So I think those are super crucial. And I usually set aside like 2 hours of CEO hours every Monday. And if I can, I would love to block off half a day of a month to basically do CEO hours. So I hope that it's helpful. And around, I hope I answer your question. And Mansi said hello from Kenya. Oh, hello. So happy that you're tuning in. And again, don't worry about being late. You can always go back and watch the replay. And Lake, it's so good to see you, Lake. And you are saying hi from the Midwest US. Amazing. Where about in West US? I'm very intrigued to know. And Sebastian said CEO hours for you is 2 hours before bed. So I go to bed knowing that I'm growing my business. I love it. I love it. And I mean, I think CEO hours are really important, but also depending on you, right? I can't really do it like before bed just because I know I will be sleeping and thinking a little bit about, what I will be growing my business instead of really sleeping and resting. So it's great that Sebastian, it works for you. Again, do you? And good to know that you have your CEO hour block in for you. But again, I really hope someone could have told me before. That is the structure of my days. As the boss of my own, it's really difficult transitioning from an entrepreneur to from an employee to an entrepreneur as a habit. So that would be something that I think is really helpful. Another thing, like, so I talk about daily, which again you can steal. You can also do weekly, which I dedicated one day, which is Thursday for me, and it works really effective. From my end, is block that one day per week for just discovery calls. So I have like one-on-one clients. I do B2B advertising consulting for LinkedIn ads as well. So me and my partner is handling that. So a lot of people basically DM me or like inbound leads coming in. So that will be the day that I block out for my discovery call. But again, choose something that you can batch, right? Like I said, the magic of batching is absolutely beautiful. If you can batch some of the tasks, it will be really, really helpful. And last but not least is monthly. So monthly, I love blocking days for great creative tasks and what I like to call special projects. So for example, I love to batch my content. So batching content for LinkedIn. I also love batching content for my Instagram. And if you have followed me, I am going to launch my new podcast show in September. So I'm really, really excited. I'm not going to share anything yet, but it's going to be a huge bomb. So I'm really excited. But anyway, I usually block 2 days of a month, usually the end of the month, the 20th or 21st. So I got like some time to move around those days to dedicate for batching content. And I'm pretty sure like Sap, we've collaborated before. I know you have been batching your content as well, which is kudos to you, and doing all those creative works and doing all this research and special, like really strategizing for special projects. So these are a couple of things that will again minimize the chance of making decision every hours, like doing emails in the morning as well as the end before the close of the workday, and all the things that I've just shared. So because you have already mapped out your routine, your brain is trained in such a way that you don't need to basically think who to do, like who to do, like what to do in the next hour, right? And also in a specific day. So I think that is really, really helpful for me. And I hope you can steal that strategies to use for your own CEO hours as well. So great. So Aaron said, "Yup, 100%. I'm so grateful that is helpful for you." And Martin said, "My CEO hours start at midnight." All right. I take a break at around 11:57, then back to it. Okay, that's very interesting. So I see that Martin and Sebastian, you love your CEO hour at like the very end of your day, which is like before bed or like almost close to midnight. So it's really good to know. So yeah, great, really, really interesting to know. Martin said that's what being in the startup phase is all about. Yeah, I think yes and no, right? I mean, some people really felt like they're in a hustling stage. I think in my business, we're still in a hustling stage as well. We're just only 8 months old. But I think, the society or social media sort of like really push us to hustle means you are doing great work. But ultimately, I think as an entrepreneur, you need to work smart. So this is how I feel personally. And it's really easy to get burnout. Like, if you know what I mean, Martin. And especially your lack of sleep, you're constantly basically draining from making tons of decisions, as well as also managing your team, assisting client. You wear a lot of different hats. So I think the hustling culture, there's like good and bad side of it. As long as it helps you to move forward with your business, please go ahead and do it. And Ajura said, when you say batching, what exactly do you mean? Yeah, so let me explain a little bit. Great that you asked that question, Ajura. So batching is meaning you're doing some task that is repeatedly in a specific time. So you're batching. So for example, content, right? You can basically, before you post an hour or 30 minutes, you can start writing it and creating the creatives, right? But instead, what batching means is you can block out 3 or 5 hours of your time and batch 10 pieces of content or 20 pieces of content, or like 30 pieces of content for your whole month, right? Depending on how fast you are. So that will really help. So Ajura, I remember you're a physical, like a health coach in Miami. So think a little bit about if you're communicating with your audience, you're creating content to promote about your services, then you can batch your content, in that specific time, in like 3 hours or 5 hours all together. So to save your time. So I hope this is helpful. Great question, by the way. And Sebastian said, what are the 5 categories block the time you set for each day? Oh, great. So let me talk about that again. So email in the beginning as well as the end of the day. I will block off 1 hour for LinkedIn, at least for posting, as well as responding to LinkedIn message, as well as comments. Sometimes I will do 2 hours depending on that day. Yesterday and today, I was just so overwhelmed with everything. If you DM me, I haven't got back to you. That's totally normal, but that's my hours for LinkedIn. And I talk about the CEO hours, 2 hours, as well as extra 2 hours to dedicate for my clients. And then last but not least is the self-care hour. So it's the 5 things that I have: email, CEO hours, LinkedIn, clients, as well as self-care. So I hope those are helpful. Aaron said, love it, fellow podcaster. Oh, cool. I'm excited. I have tons to learn though. I'm still really developing. Sorry, like slurping here, developing my own style, as well as like basically how to talk about it. I want to be the central topic will be about LinkedIn, like sharing all the insider hacks and tips. But at the end of the day, it's important to be educational, but I also want to be something that it's interesting, a little bit about my story that people will resonate, as well as get to know me more. So I'm definitely have tons to learn from you. Sebastian shared that his is like, mine is networking, client work, discovery, self-love, which I guess is self-care for me, and content generation. Fantastic. And your batching day is Sunday. Good to know. And Martin said, wow, good, well organized. And love it. Keep the comments going. I love a very engaging audience. So I hope the very first one is helpful, and I'll just give me like a okay. So the good. So are you ready for the next one? So we just talk about the very first one. Sorry, I'm like going a little bit like slow today, but give me a fire emoji if you're ready for the next one, because the next one is really exciting. The next one is very easy. Sorry, I talked about 2 already. So number 3, the tip number 3 is to set deadline for decision-making progress. You might think like, oh, Selena, I already know that, right? But really think about it. Like if you're like, for example, you're now currently wanting to hire a social media marketing manager, or you want to book a flight for your next business trip to visit a client, set aside a personal deadline for yourself to make that decision by setting the final date, like really the final date, the realistic timeline. You're basically telling your brain when it needs to come back to the thought of making the decision. And this will really free up your brain space, energy to really focus on other tasks, knowing that you need to make a decision by that deadline, right? So you need to take that immediate attention and decision. And the other thing that I think when it comes to making a decision, one of the things that you and I do a lot, especially for instance, I talk about like hiring a social media manager or like booking a flight for a business. Usually making decision involve a lot of research. So only do what I love to call necessary research, nothing more. Okay, so research helps really make right decision, and most of the business really conduct research for many reasons, right? For example, gathering like crucial information, doing different pricing analysis about their consumer business and all strategic business area to get evaluate, right? And then those technique for more efficient process that is correct. And through those proper research, the all like the company or the organizing or you or me, the business decision maker, will be able to pick the most effective and productive and profitable decision. So making sure you're really making a deadline as well as just doing minimal research for what you really need. Don't do extra. It doesn't make any sense to do all those extra things. All right. I hope those are helpful. And Martin said, yes, decision deadline is a great tip. Awesome. Awesome. Great. And I love the fire emoji. Keep coming as well. And the last final two tip. The next one is one of the things that I really love. I think Ajura, you and I talk a little bit on Instagram last week. I hope it's something that you think about as well, is to seek input or like feedback from people that you trust. I think is really, really important. And some of the things that I felt is really important when it comes to this like business, sorry. So no man is an island for yourself when it comes to like entrepreneurship, especially if you're solopreneurs. It's one of the things that is really difficult, right? Sorry, my stomach is gurgling because I haven't had lunch. I'll apologize in advance, but anyway, I hope they're not hear it. But anyway, I'll tell you why I did not have lunch by the end of the program, by the end of the episode. So you know. So I'm like still putting Martin fire emoji up. Martin is like 5x ready. I love it. I love it. And Gary, so good to see you. Tuning in from IG. And Ajura, don't worry. Don't need to say sorry. You have learned a lot through 30 minutes somewhere. Great to know. And again, you can watch the replay whenever you're ready. So again, no man in the island. So it's really helpful. You can find someone like partner to be like welcoming insight from people that you really respect and look up to, right? Especially with your business, you want another fresh pair of eyes to look at something. Like for example, I talked about the research piece earlier. If you felt like, oh, I've done enough research, but somehow I still don't know what to make that selective decision about, then find someone and share that. Like what I would love to call, sorry, share that burden and share that stress with someone when it comes to basically making decision for your business, right? For example, when I'm deciding on whether to launch my podcast, I've asked so many different people for the advice and asked them, do you think there is a market for it? Do you think people will tune in? Do you think it's absolutely crazy, Selena, you're already on LinkedIn, you're in multiple different places, and now another stress for you is podcasting, right? So really find that person. It will be perfect if it's your business bestie to go over those decisions to feel less overwhelmed for you. So I hope those are helpful. Yeah, so uh sorry again, my friend. I hope I do not butcher your name, but I will try. Around Ben, it's can we get recording of this live session? Absolutely. You have a couple of calls. Don't worry. We have this. It's going live, so it's going to be a replay right after I end. It's going to be on my LinkedIn as well as YouTube, as well as on my IG. So don't worry. You can always go back to it. And I'm so grateful to hear that this is helpful for most of you. And Martin admit that yes, I'm always over researching. I mean, me too. So I hope this is like a really great reminder for you. And again, if you don't know what to be deciding on, you can always go ahead and find a friend for it. So, but I also want to take note that be careful who you're talking to when you're asking for a decision wanted to be made. For example, I mean, I love my husband so much, but sometimes I felt like there's certain things that he don't want to hurt me. especially someone that is very close to you or like your best friend. So they might have a skewed opinion simply as a way to basically protect you from being hurt, right? Most of the time is out of love. So if you're making a huge business decision, make sure you find someone. I mean, obviously, you can talk with your account like partner. You can talk to your BFF as well, but make sure you also find someone it's going to give you a very objective view of your business when you're making decision. Okay, great. And Martin said, people look up to and respect to objectively appraise and keep you accountable. When I grow up, I'll get Selena as my business buddy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I would love to have you as my business buddy too. Great. So this is the final tip. I hope you're ready for it. Again, I'm sorry that we're running a little bit out of the time that I block out today, but I'm so grateful that each and individual of you are tuning in from Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, as well as IG here listening to me. So the final one is make the ultimate decision yourself. The secret to success of my business is that I do make decision and I take action every single day. And I always love to move things forward, right? I'm a action taker. I'm like a huge believer in terms of like taking action. And the more action you take, you get more clarity, right? And really what I think is decision after decision after decision is move you as an entrepreneur forward. Two words, clarity. So when you have like an ultimate clarity, you started to see the result that you really want. You started to see things clearer. See how that start to all work together for you. So here are some questions you might need to consider in making decision, right? For example, what's the best for my company when you're making decision? What is best for me as an entrepreneur, right? And what feels right to you? And what aligns with, my intention, my mission and vision when you start, building your business? And what would I do if you were brave, right? Taking that intelligent risk, which is one of the things that I learned when I'm still at the time of LinkedIn. Our ex CEO at LinkedIn is Jeff Weiner. He's always say taking risks, but not taking just risk, any risk. I'm talking about all intelligent risks, right? So really thinking a little bit about that is really important. So think about that 5 questions when you're making decision. And Ella said, Ella, good to see you. I miss you, girl. And you said, wow, 55,000 decisions are absolutely insane. Yes, you're right. It's insane for each individual person. And if you're an entrepreneur, you're boss of your own, you're actually doing even more. So making sure that is basically less harmful for you when like make sure you are really taking those 5 tips from me to make decision easier. And making decision, even like a small one, similarly harmless ones, can also wear us down over time. So decision fatigue is definitely different from physical fatigue. You're not consciously aware of being tired, but you're low in your mental energy just because of that. The more choices you make throughout the day, the harder each one becomes for your brain. All right. Oh, it's just rhyme. I don't know why. And eventually your brain is looking for shortcuts, and that's not good. And then cause you become more reckless in making huge or small decision that really ultimately change your business and impact things later on the stage. Luckily, like I said, I have shared those 5 simple tips with you to beat decision fatigue, overcome that, and replenish your willpower and boost your productivity during a decision-heavy day. So remember, the more choices you make, it's going to create decision fatigue for your mental brain. So making sure every time stop, really just rewind, think about whether you do what it takes to minimize your chances of making decision. All right, so here we go, my friend. Sorry, I'm like overrunning 7 minutes, but I hope you do enjoy tuning into my weekly LinkedIn Live. 30 minutes coffee break with your LinkedIn girl. Cheers for that. I hope you're cheering with me. I'm cheering with you. Now, if you have any questions, just let me know. I'll open the floor up and let me know if you have any questions so I can really help you. And yeah, I hope this is a really helpful session with you. And again, like I said, if you're really serious about LinkedIn and finally really want to build a really strong personal brand that you truly deserve and truly proud of, DM me and let's chat. I am really open to have one more slot for September for one-on-one LinkedIn consultation with me. All right, sounds good. I'm so happy to see you all. As for now, I wish you all have a fantastic hump day. If you have any questions, remember to DM me. And oh yeah, I forgot to tell you why I'm not having lunch today. So I have a really extra packed day, and to be really honest, I don't have a really good sleep yesterday night. Because my husband is not really feeling well. Do you ever have that if your spouse or like even your flatmates, if someone that you're basically are living together, they're not feeling well, and especially is my husband, right? So we're in the same room and he's not feeling well. He's like basically needs to go to the bathroom every couple of hours. I feel really, really bad for him. And I'm just like lack of sleep, like terribly. So today I'm just like basically going out, buying some really healthy grocery, cook something like light for him, and also basically getting some of the medicine for him and doing all the chores and stop some of the work. And that's why when I share with you, the CEO hours are so incredibly important, so you can move things around when you have something like majorly in your life you need to be taken care of, even for yourself, right? So I'm starving right now. So right after this call, I'm going to grab a snack, grab something just so that I would no longer be gurgling. And later I have a couple of more clients call. And that's why. Thank you so much for asking, by the way. I'm really, really grateful for you guys to asking why the heck, Selena, you're still not having lunch. But I really hope he's feeling better. And tonight I can really sleep better as well. So, I do have a really good questions from Sebastian. Oh, sorry. Let me quickly pull up Martin. Like Martin says, sorry to hear that. Sending love to you, Bo. I hope he recovers speedily. Yeah, me too. I'm really, really hoping he will feel 100% feeling better. And yes, absolutely. Thank you. I appreciate you, Martin. And Sebastian said, why is it important for new entrepreneur to have mentors? Oh, great question. So I would say yes and no, right? It really depends which stage, or I mean, like you said, new entrepreneur, which is in the early stage. I think it's do what works best for you. I think majority of the time people said you need that, but actually you don't, right? I mean, I never had a business coach building a business on my own. I won't say my business are wildly successful. No, I don't think it's really successful, but I'm also thinking my business are doing not bad. Um it's a profitable business, and I'm happy with my business. I'm very, very happy with my clients. I'm very, very happy with my team, right? So I think if you're very confident in yourself in terms of your leadership skills, in terms of how you dealt with things, as well as how you grow your business, and your business baby are doing well, my advice for you is just do you. Never really let other people change you, right? Some people said you need to do certain things, but think about it. You don't need it. You don't need that, right? So really take advice only from people. No, like, sorry, let me rewind. Only do what it really best for you. Okay. So I don't think it's important or it's a must to get a mentor. But if you are at a stage that you're like, oh, I think is difficult, I'm just getting by, I'm very new to this, I'm a young entrepreneur, I'm very like confused what I'm doing, and my business are not growing in the direction that I want, then yeah, be my guest. Go and find a mentor. It's always good, right? Have someone, like I said in my tip number 3, have someone that you can feel accountable of, like what Martin said, right? Earlier, that you feel accountable for, someone that you fully trust, you can ask them for advice. Then find your mentor, find someone that you aspire, that they can give you like good tangible business advice, for that ends. So I hope those are helpful. And yeah, so I hope those are really helpful. And thank you for those that sending me extra love. Yes, I'm hoping speedy recovery to my husband, and I can sleep well finally tonight. I think I have gathered sleeping for only like two hours or 3 hours, so I'm like a little bit tired. But anyway, like I said, I'm very grateful to have you all tuning in today. And Sebastian, do cap, like we are successful, in cap. I love it. And Sebastian said, say it with me. I say it with you. So I hope those are great. And Martin said, oh, you're so sweet, I'm enough. Yes, I do think I'm enough as well. And it's super important to always constantly letting yourself know that you are doing very well and you're enough, and you need to know your self-worth. We are all worthy, all right? We're all worthy and wealthy. I want to say worthy, I say wealthy, but anyway, I'm super grateful for all of you tuning in. And I see Teresa, my team, is tuning in, as well as Mimi and Alexandro and Tracy is tuning in. Hello, so good to see you guys. Again, if you missed my episode, don't worry, you can rewatch this replay anytime. And I'm very grateful to have this special home day with you. I'm sorry, I'm like rambling that extra 14-15 minutes with you all. But again, I'm very grateful that you can see me live and I can catch you. You can catch me. And as for now, I wish you a fantastic, happy home day ahead. And I hope to see you all next week, same time. All right. Bye for now, everyone. Bye. Have a great home day. See you next time.